Well, we're going to start talking about Hispanic countries, and the first we're going to be talking about is going to be Argentina. Argentina, most of you should know, is in South America. It's a pretty big country. So the capital is Buenos Aires, and it is the second largest economy in South America. In this case, Brazil is going to be the first, and right after Brazil becomes Argentina. Brazil is Latin, but it's not Hispanic. They don't speak Spanish. I think I said it before. They speak Portuguese. Well, Argentina is a pretty developed country. They have research, and they have reached certain level of capacity in science, and they produce satellites and nuclear reactors, and we're going to have in there certain the reading about that. Well, before we keep going, let me tell you this. This assignment is going to have two parts. One part is 20 questions in Spanish, and the other one is 20 more questions in English. They pretty much going to be the same. Just want to put it in both languages, and you get familiar with the translation with one and another. All right. Now we're going to have this part that I'm explaining the part in English right now, and we're going to have several questions to problem number 25. So now we get another small paragraph. And it says that in Argentina, it was the first radio broadcast for entertainment. That was in 1920, that only 20 people have an equipment like a radio to listen to it. Also, it was an Argentinian, the first person who used the fingerprints because they didn't know anything about that. In 1892, it was an Argentinian, the first that knew that every person has a different fingerprints and that you can track uh, where that person, any place that that person touches. And that's why it's used so widely right now. And they got, it's the eighth largest country in the world. Argentina is pretty big. And they got also five Nobel Prizes. Nobel Prize is this prize that is given to different people in certain areas. I know for sure one is in medicine, another is in chemistry, as the Argentina had in there, in literature, and in the Nobel Prize of Peace, meaning that somebody that is relevant in the world and had contributed to keep peace in the world, they get the Nobel Prize. So, and it's given every year in different areas. Well, also the other paragraph we're gonna cover from 31 on, and the name of the country, which is Argentina, it comes for Argentum, which means silver. They believe there was a lot of silver in that area. I don't know how true it was, but when the Spanish came the first time, they understood that there was a lot of silver in the area. And they got a lot of immigrants from Italy, Germany, and Spain. They speak Spanish, but the influence of Italians is very big in Argentina. I know that for a fact. And they are like 85% of the people are from European descendants. The others are from mostly Native Americans that were in the area, or people mingle with Native Americans, sometimes Europeans that are mingled with Native Americans. Um, it has a pretty good population. It is 44 millions, and Most of them they are in the northern part, and the reason for that is that the southern part is pretty cold. It close to the Antarctica, and the more to the south you go, it is the most it's colder, and that's why most of the population is concentrated on the north. Actually, the people who have been in Argentina, they have told me that in Argentina, when you are in there, you think it is mostly like an European country. You think that you are in Europe. In other Hispanic countries, it doesn't happen for the architecture, the culture, the look of the people, everything looks like Europe. Um, all right, in the area that is called La Pampa, it is in the south. There is they got a practically small population in there, and they got, as you see here, the Mennonites in the oops, I'm sorry. The Mennonites is a community that live like people used to live in the Middle Ages. Like they don't have electricity, they don't have nothing, they don't have cars, they don't have nothing that is like that belong to this era. Is more or less what is like the Amish population. It is a version of the Amish population that is in North America. Okay, that's basically what is the assignment. You're going to be answering questions. As I said, it is the version that we got in Spanish and the version that we got in English is pretty much the same. And well, it's interesting to know that not every Hispanic country has the same customs. Not everything is the same in the Hispanic world. Of course, we share the same language mostly, but it doesn't mean that in a lot of aspects it is the same. It changes because understand it's like 21 countries and you got different cultures in there. Okay. Well, I wish you to do well, and let's start doing the assignment. I'll be here for any question that you have.